McLaughlin.
Yes. Minutes approved.
He has to sign those.
Okay, so next on the agenda is the fiscal officer's report.
You can actually now go on Ohio Checkbook and see what we do every month up to March. We'll put April in probably next week or May. So we should be current probably at the end of August. So we're getting there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so next, we would like to change the agenda format, and we're going to do one resolution here to get taken care of. So, Resolution 24155. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby hire Matthew Eagle, John Reed, Christopher Aspier as full-time paramedics. I'd like to make a motion to adopt Resolution 24-155.
I second.
Questions? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
Trustee Vack,
Yes.
Trustee Young.
Yes.
Motion carries. We'd like to thank you guys for your service, and we'd like to stand up, take a few pictures, and we're very happy with you guys staying with us and giving the fire protection we need in this community.
Well, the swearing in ceremony.
Yes.
We
If I can get my 3 paramedics up here. I'm gonna stand here so I don't have my backs to the citizens there. So I'm gonna slide the chair a little bit. If you just line up right there, please. It's a great day for Jefferson Township, believe me. This is the oath of office for paramedics. We are here today for the swearing-in ceremony for paramedics, one of the most honored occupations there is. When there's an emergency in the community, the paramedics are one of the first responders to get there. Paramedics handle medical emergencies, motor vehicle accidents, tornadoes, hazardous material incidents, rescue operations, and many other critical incidents. They are also there to support your fire department while the firefighters battle fires of any type, structures, cars, whatever. They're there to keep us safe and to treat us should we need the care. Paramedics are civil servants as sworn officers, following standard operating procedures and policies of the EMS service and also the standard operating procedures of their departments. They are here to stabilize the incident and to protect and preserve human life. It is a great honor to have this opportunity to swear in these current part-time members of our department as full-time paramedics. Will you please raise your right hand and repeat after me? I state your name.
I, Chris Absher,
Do solemnly swear that I will support
do solemnly swear that I will support
and defend the Constitution of the United States
and defend the Constitution of the United States,
and of the state of Ohio against all enemies,
the state of Ohio against all enemies,
both foreign and domestic,
both foreign and domestic,
and I will faithfully and impartially
faithfully and impartially
discharge my duties as a member of the Jefferson Township Fire Department
discharge my duties as a member of the Jefferson Township Fire Department
under the appointment of the department
under the appointment of the department
according to the laws of Ohio
according to the laws of Ohio
and to the best of my skills and ability.
and to the best of my skills and abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations. A little bit more, Matt. A little bit more here, Oscar. There. Are we centered?
Get over there, Trustee.
Get closer like behind each other.
Stand over on the edge. Yeah, I'll stand over on the edge. Yeah, yeah.
All right, thank you.
Right.
Give it up one more time for our full-time family.
Yep.
Okay,
The paramedics are good to leave if you and your family would like. Thank you again, trustees, appreciate it.
yes. Okay, so to go back to the regular agenda, the next thing, we're gonna have a public hearing.
Thank you.
The Board of Zoning Appeals application for the appeal to receive a higher approval on a barn dominium. Karen is gonna start the, public hearing.
Thank you, trustees. The application for 2024-006, the location is 26 Chain Avenue, Dayton, Ohio, 45417. The existing zoning is an R3 single-family residential district, and the request is the conditional use wants to build a barnuminium on the property. Applicant Jerome Anderson, he is the property owner, and Jerome Anderson owns 4 parcels of land on Chain Avenue. The applicant proposes the conditional use to build a barnuminium, an 80 by 30 by 18 feet. Jerome is also looking to purchase more properties in Jefferson Township and build more barnuminiums and affordable single-family homes. My recommendation is Article 5, Section 505B, the conditional permit use shall be considered for approval by the board upon the filing of a proper application. Where 2 or more connected non-conforming lots are recorded, are in common ownership, and are of such size and constitutes at least one conforming zoning lot, or portion thereof shall be so joined. The board should grant the conditional use requested because of the event, because even though this area is a zoned R3 in an R2 zone area of single-family residential district, Article 6, Section 902, conditional permits uses the following uses are conditionally permitted in an R2 zoning district. You have in your packet the R3, or excuse me, the Article 9, Section 901, principal uses of single-family district dwelling. And the first section that you have there, here, is for an R2 district. And the second section is for an R3 zoned. And I also, on that paper, I gave you the what the definitions of conditional use and a variance is. We did have a meeting with the BZA board. One board member was in favor. 2 of the board members didn't think that there was enough lot space, and the 3rd board member did not want, if they lived there, would not want a barnuminium next to them. So this is why this is being brought to the Board of Trustees at the request of Jerome Anderson to see if the board, the trustees will approve him having a barnuminium. Do you have any questions for me? Okay. Can I call Jerome up now?
Yes. Do I need to swear him in? Okay, so hold on just a minute, Jerome. Okay, so, do you swear that the testimony you are about to give before this board of trustees will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you, proceed.
So what I'm wanting to build there, I think a lot of people don't understand what a barndominium is. And with the board that we had before, I think they have this illusion that it's going to be this square barn sitting right beside them, where a barndominium has a look of house, like a house. It's just the structure that it's built with is just a stronger structure. It's less material, which actually helps with the. Can you not hear me? I'm sorry. Which kind of helps to build these structures at a lower cost. So what I'm trying to do is really trying to bring something new to the area. I used to live out there. I still own property there. My kids live there now. I do a lot of remodeling out that way, and I'd like to see the area come back together. And that's just one of the ways that I see how, we can kind of try to bring some life back.
So with my math, you said 30 by 80?
Yes.
And doing the size of the lots, there's 4 lots. Are you going to, or are they all deeded together? Do we need to deed them together? Just a side question.
No, we don't have to, because the 30 foot is going to be the width. So I'm going to be 10 foot out from each side.
Okay, so you're going to stick that building on one particular lot of those 4?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the chances of you selling those other 3 lots after you do that?
None. I don't never plan on selling. Got too many kids.
So the picture that we have here, this is a layout of the way it's gonna look, right?
Yes.
So in looking at this, it honestly looks like a barn, okay? But first I wanna say, thank you for thinking of bringing this out to Jefferson Township. We appreciate that you wanna do something positive in this community, we really do. Because I did have a conversation with a couple of the people that live over there.
Okay.
And so I looked at this earlier today, and it actually does look like a barn. It just looks like the front of it has more of a house look. So, but my question to you is, as I read your information, you stated that you wanted to start out with potentially this barn to minimum, and you were looking at other properties to do more.
Yes.
But you also stated that you wanted to build affordable single-family homes.
Yes.
So my question is, why would you not build the affordable single-family homes as opposed to the makeup of this? Because aesthetically, in that area, in that community, it would really be off.
Right.
Would you agree?
Yes and no.
Okay.
If I can answer that, clarify that. So that particular layout that you have right there, that is, if you notice at the top of it has the company who actually provide that material. The bottom half of it is actually stone, so it's not going to look nothing like
Right.
but that is their generic.
So that's right here. This is
it's
what
going to
you're
have,
talking about.
yeah, it's going to be more like that, yes.
Right, but the back half, according to this picture, the back half will look like have a barn look to it, because in the picture, it actually has one large room.
Yeah, I guess you could say that, because it's not going to have, the back area, it's going to have the garage area and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, why wouldn't you build the homes as opposed to doing this?
Well, that is really for me and my family,
Okay.
you know, so.
Oh, the barndominium is
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah, this is for me and my family. So, you know, when we get into more of the more affordable barndominium houses, they look more like that. You know, and different, you know, different layouts. So, so one of the reasons for such a large area in the back is because, you know, I am a contractor. I'm a you know, and I build. I want to be able to, when I buy material, if I wanted to have it set there as I move on to other. So I'm just trying to think of it, you know, in the long term. You know, so that's the you know reasoning for such a big garage area, and then of course the front part of it is livable area.
Is this the kind of general look, because I
Yeah,
looked
it's kind of-
online and it looked exactly like this? It was a couple that came up.
Yeah,
Most of
but
them
that's-
look like this, pretty
Yeah,
much.
that's pretty much kind of what it's gonna kind of be like.
That's all I have. Well, I'll do access. So it says that, at some point you want to make it a Airbnb.
No, you know, that was the plan. 'Cause I'd already talked to like guys at the VA, the guy who runs the VA. It's a woman now. The guy just retired, but he has a lot to do with it. And he had discussed the need of it, but I thought it'd be a good supplement to building this to help us move on with the other ones. But I gotta be honest with you, after the first meeting, although I didn't like the outcome, I agree with one of the people when she said, I wouldn't want somebody living beside me that I don't know who's gonna be there. And so I took that into consideration. Which one of the things is that, like I said, it was gonna be used as a supplemental income to kind of recoup some of my money that I put into that, to go ahead and continue buying other property and stuff there. And building, you know, condominium, not condominiums, but barndominiums, not big like that, but some of the smaller ones. You know, until, you know, my 17-year-old daughter could possibly move in. My son lives next door, you know, but by the time I get it all together, you know, she'll be close enough.
So you're saying that you're going to live in this home, you're
Yes.
not going to
Yes.
turn it into an Airbnb?
Yes.
Okay, okay. That was the last question I had. That's all I had.
So, Karen, back on these zoning rules, the only compliance issue in doing the size, the lot size, and doing the math and the size of the building going on there, as long as he has the offsets from the property lines, is the only variance we're looking for is the actual height of the building?
Yes. So zoning says 15 feet,
Yes.
and he's requiring, or he's asking for 18.
Is there a restriction on the eve height, or just the overall height in the zoning code?
It's just the overall.
Overall height, okay. Gotcha.
So did you send out letters or something to the neighbors?
Karen did.
I
You
did.
did, informing them
We're
about,
required to do that. Every person that lives within 300 feet of that property got a letter. We are required to send those letters out, and everyone that lives within 300 feet of that property did get a letter. And when we had the BZA hearing, no one showed up for it.
so there's
So-
not many houses on that street though. So,
Well, within 300 feet of it, it could be behind a house, be next to
Right,
it over.
right, it could be
300
the
feet is pretty good
streets over and
size.
everything, yeah.
that whole
Yeah.
area is kind of like, it's a lot of open space over there. Let's say that, it's just a lot of empty homes.
I'm familiar with barn door structures. I have a couple family members that have recently built them in the last 5 years. I have some friends that also live in barn doors. I went as far this weekend over to Ross County to see one start going up. It's new to the township. It's a new design of home living. So when you're bringing something in new, you know, change is not always comfortable. But it's an injection into the township as far as economic development. I hope everybody takes a good, strong look at it and maybe research it even further. They come in different styles and designs. The picture you show us is just one of many styles and designs. Yeah, and different sizes. What's your square footage?
Square footage is actually 2,400 square feet.
Yeah. They can be as small as some of the existing homes in the area, just barn door style.
Okay, any other questions by trustees? I'm good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Any citizens' comments for this public meeting? Anybody fill out a
Yes.
card to speak about this?
For
No.
just that or just for everything?
No, just for this.
Okay.
Okay, so I wish to close the
Oh,
public hearing.
wait.
Oh. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. And make sure you're talking to this microphone.
Yes, an address.
Okay. My name is Jocelyn Harris. I live at 5207 Tucson Drive here in Jefferson Township.
Mike, you gotta swear in.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Should have said this first. So to talk to us, I need to swear you in. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give before the Board of Trustees will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. We start again.
Oh, okay. Jocelyn Harris, born and raised in Jefferson Township. I live at 5207 Tucson Drive. I think the barn house, the barn dominium, is it like the one that's in front of Arthur Fisher Park? Okay,
That's the style.
that's the style.
No, that's one style.
One style. I think you said change is hard, but we've got to change. We got to move forward. When I drove here, I saw so many different styles of houses. They don't all go together. They're unique. You know, some, even like on Dayton Liberty Road, it was brick and wood and it was all different. And I think the aesthetics of the house, it's new, it is gonna bring life to Jefferson Township. So not that my opinion means anything, well, I guess it does, but I think it's a good idea to welcome improvement. And without change, there is no change. So we have someone willing to do it, if it's affordable for the residents in Dayton, Ohio. And it's beautiful. I think it's something that will be popular. And it'll be great if we can be like on the front side of the popularity. If we can be part of the change to make it popular.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, I'd like to make a motion to close the public hearing.
I second.
Just do in case we need it. If we need a roll call vote, we'll do one to close the public hearing. I don't know.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
trustee Dapp,
Yes.
and trustee Young.
Yes.
So we are out of the public meeting public hearing at 7:26. Trustees, do you have a discussion? I do not. Anybody else discuss anything?
No.
Okay, so, I'd like to have a vote, roll call vote for the adoption of the, Board of Zoning Appeal to the Township Trustees.
Okay, Trustee McLaughlin,
I vote yes to, for the barnuminium.
Trustee Mack,
Before I make this, I just want a quick question. Does this need to be revised to not state it, because his plans changed? So no longer will it be a Airbnb, all of that, but all of these everything is on here, so wouldn't we need to get a revised in order to vote on something?
Right now, you're voting blindly on what you just presented, so you can vote to approve as what was submitted. You can amend the motion on the floor to encompass what he stated up there, that it's not a Airbnb and it is used for residential use. Or you cannot vote on it altogether. You can actually do all three of those things.
Okay.
But right now, you're in the middle of the motion for, did you write down exactly how he said it? Because we're gonna need that exact language. You're hoping that we heard it? Oh, okay.
So I know the motion is on the floor, but, so I would like to amend it, so I will just kind of.
So you had a request for him to amend it, yeah. Will she accept
I'm
that
okay
amendment?
with you amending that.
Okay. How would you like to amend
I make a motion
it?
to amend the contract to, because I want it to be in writing, because I don't know that she said she got it. Yeah, she didn't get what he said. So to amend his paperwork, to state exactly what the intent is.
Okay. So you are approving this, you want to make a motion, you're amending Trustee McLaughlin's original motion to amend it to state that you would like the applicant to put in writing exactly what it is.
Yes.
So what are you voting on then exactly?
I'm not, I wasn't voting, I was really just asking a question to kind of, because I didn't want to vote on something that I
Well,
wasn't comfortable with.
If the Airbnb, and it becoming a rental property or something along those lines is your issue, and the owner has stated that he plans on living in the house, then make a motion to approve the application as a residential B&B and not an Airbnb. I mean, as a residential barnuminium, sorry.
Barnuminium, or put a restriction on that it cannot be utilized as a Airbnb.
How's that sound to you, Trustee?
And that would be approved with a conditional,
With a
with
condition.
those stipulations. You can do that, yeah.
Okay, so I'm good with that. So that we're voting on what is actually going to happen.
So let's say the motion would be to approve the application with the restriction or the condition that it cannot be used as a Airbnb or similar type of temporary rental.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adopt what the administrator just said. But I don't have to repeat it. It's in writing.
I'll second.
Okay. So now let's have a roll call vote, please.
okay, Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
Trustee Bass,
Yes.
Trustee Young.
Yes.
Okay. So next on the agenda is, let's see, get rid of the calculator, public comments. So, anybody that's filled out a paper and wishes to speak to us, you would walk up to the podium, and you state your name and your address. You're permitted to speak to address the trustees one time with no rebuttal provided. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes to address the trustees. Once your 3 minutes concludes, speakers will be asked to cease comments and return to their seat.
Okay, Calvin Woods,
Yes, my name is Calvin Woods. I live at 5349 Eastport Avenue, but I do have property at 105 Holland, which I have been maintaining the lawn, and I have another guy I've been cutting since I've been sick. And I got a bill for the taxes, $100,000.74 for Jefferson Township.
You say one
No,
thousand?
it's 1,000, it's 1,000. but-
$1,000.74.
Yes.
Damn.
It's, yeah, it's
Whoa.
1,000.
Township.
He said 100,000, but I'm like, wait a minute, that's not what I saw.
Really? Give me that number one more time.
$1,074.45.
Okay.
And, Jefferson Township, they said they had cut the yard, but they have not, been cutting it. I've been maintaining it while I was up. Now I got a friend, he do lawn service. He's been taking care of it every 2 weeks. So I need to get that,
This is the first year you've had this fee?
excuse me?
Is this the first year you've seen this fee on your taxes?
Yes.
Okay. We'll look into it, and it's probably a mistake.
Okay, is, any time limit on that? Cause, this is something they penalizing me for, Or is the time limit like, we can get this, resolved?
We'll take a look at it because, go ahead and say what you have to say. Zoning
I'd
officer.
spoken to code enforcement earlier today about it, and he informed me that, no, they had not cut his property this year, but it was previous years, is what those taxes are. And I think if you look at that tax letter, it does say it's for 2023.
But I've been maintaining that property for since I was a kid, ma'am, and,
Yeah.
they have not been
And-
cutting there,
Right, but that's the information that I got from our code enforcement.
So Administrator, what do we do to take a look at that? Because I know
This
we've
would be
had
an appeal to the property maintenance board. So a application, and I'll ask Ms. Keller if you can give him the application, because that would actually go before the property maintenance board. If there was a fee assessed, that means that came from our road department, which means we should have documentation that the work was conducted. And this gentleman can actually come in front of the property maintenance board to see if they will make a ruling that we remove it if there was an error. If there was an error, then we will remove it based on that one. But that is the board it goes to.
Okay, so it takes time to do the appeal process. In the meantime, it's collecting interest or charges or something in the,
They meet
Correct.
Thursday, so
tomorrow.
if he gets it in tomorrow, Karen can probably get him a message out
What
for
do I
him to
need to
meet.
do? What I need to get in?
Yeah, she has the information.
Okay.
She'll get you the
Yes.
paperwork.
she'll get you the
Cause,
paperwork.
I'm a trustee at First Baptist Church, Ridgewood Heights, 116 Hanover. We had the same issue last year, where y'all had that on our, taxes. So I don't know why this keep resolving, different areas and stuff like that. So,
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna state the fact that we do a lot of properties in this township, abandoned properties. We mow a lot of them. And there's quite a few people, processing that information and going from what the guys in the field do to the process of going to the county auditor and going on the taxes, and it's touched by several people. And we're all human, we all make mistakes. So I do want to get to the bottom of it. I want to be able to prove that you don't know that, and we get it cleared up.
yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yes.
All
And
right,
I remember you calling me. I was out in town. I
okay,
just got back in town this afternoon, and I'm sorry I didn't get back with you.
all right. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Next.
Superintendent Rusty Clifford.
Rusty Clifford, Superintendent, Jefferson Township Local Schools, 4244 Amaryllis Drive. Here really to introduce myself officially to the trustees, and would like to share a couple comments. Would like to thank Trustee Back and Trustee Young for participating in the development of our strategic plan. It was about a month ago. That's posted on our website. Did want the township to know that we have created a new vision statement and a new mission statement. And I want you to know that our vision statement says to prepare students in our community to compete, succeed, and excel in a complex, diverse, and changing future. And our mission is to be the school district and community of choice in Montgomery County. So we think it's critical that we are a partnership, that we are together. I mean, we all live here, we all work here, we're all trying to make Jefferson Township the best it can possibly be, and we can't do that by ourselves. So we need to do that, form that partnership, form that collaboration, and I would like to work with Dr. Goodwine and see if we can set up a joint work session in October, where together we can just share with each other kind of where we see each group headed so that we can support each other and whatever you guys might have on the table as you look at the next 6 months, a year, 2 years, and we would love to do the same and begin to establish a relationship that's meaningful and it really helps each other and eventually helps the community and the township and all the citizens that are here. So I wanted to put that out there. And also just let you know that the school district, we are gold level sponsors of Jefferson Community Day. And we look forward to being there and very proudly talking about those mighty, mighty Broncos. All right, and what's going to be happening. We got a lot of exciting things happening at the school this year. We've got an ag ed program that's going to be kicked off, which will be sponsored by the Miami Valley CTC. We're ecstatic about that. And thank you very much again, Karen, for your help with the zoning and getting the barn and the greenhouse ready to go. And so I would tell you that construction right now is frustrating. The weather, Mother Nature is, yes, we needed the rain, but we don't need the rain. It's hard to pour concrete and build footers and, put all that together when we've had the weather. But we are making progress, and we are ecstatic about the opportunities that our students are going to have K-12 with that programming here for our kids. We're bringing back K-12 art, K-12 music. We've got an instrumental guy coming in music. Kids are going to have band. I mean, it's just, it's unbelievable. So we're really, really excited, and we want to share that and many other things, and we'd love to know what you guys are doing. But we need to open those lines of communication and work together for the benefit of everybody in the township. So I'll work with Dr. Goodwine, and we'll see if we can set something up in October.
Thank you, great
Thank you.
job,
Sounds
great
good.
job,
That sounds
thank
good.
you.
That sounds good. Yeah, I'll get back on that.
Margaret K. Whitaker.
Good evening. My name is Margaret K. Whitaker. I live at 5695 Germantown Pike. I am here because Marion Prevent lived at 5750 Germantown Pike. Her property was sold under probate to Aston von Kamal for $140,000, and it was sold June 25th of this year. He is the gentleman that owns the Astervon's Auto Sales that is at 5800 Germantown Pike. Marion's property is 7.675 acres that he bought for $140,000. He lives at 1510 South Smithville Road, Dayton, Ohio. I have lived catty corner from Marion since 2011. I am concerned that since he owns the used car lot dealership and that house was built in the 1800s and the back half of it is falling off, so whoever was going to buy that property is probably going to have to tear the house down. My concern is that if he tears it down, he is going to want to change the zoning from residential to commercial. And I do not personally want to have a used car lot across the street from me. So that is why I'm here. And I have 1 minute and 1 second left, and I bet you're surprised. So, at this point, I don't know what else to do other than to stand up.
Well, we're kind of limbo until he makes an approach to the zoning to apply for the zoning change.
Will I be notified?
Yes. You
But
and I-
I'm more than
No,
300 feet.
How you figure that?
Because I'm across the street.
You're less than 300 feet.
All right.
Your property lines touch each other. You own to the middle of the road.
Oh, do we?
Yes, you own to the
Okay,
middle of
I
the
thought,
street.
she
Yeah.
was,
You on the middle of the road, your property lines probably touch each other at one point.
Okay,
They don't, they come real close.
because I don't wanna be not notified and.
Thank you, Maggie.
Marion C. Perry.
Marion C. Perry, 5140 Altram Road, Jefferson Township. My major concerns are certain things happening in our community. People are bombarded by people trying to bother us to buy our properties. Some of us have gotten checks to buy our properties. To add insult to injury, I see people constantly going up and down my street, and I'm nosy that way. I'm retired. Reason I do that is because I have some new neighbors, I have some old neighbors. Most of the old neighbors are older than me. We, in the community, we don't mind what we have, but they're doing things that the older people are noticing, and eventually you're going to get calls and complaints. Okay, I'm not going to say anything, I'll let them do it. Mainly why I'm concerned, now that the house on Derby is torn down, the lady that lived next to the house, if you went on Zillow, you could see her house, but you didn't see the messy house until you didn't see any part of it. So my question and concerns is, as they tear these houses down, do they have a forum or form to where if they get by the property, that they have to build that house back to code? That's my major concern. Where I live, we have one set of a couple that had I forgot what month it was, but they operated a chop shop. They sold drugs. They did a lot of despicable things on our street, and when they left, their house is a mess. Reason being is, we are still waiting and believing the day that house comes down. And I was told that when our houses out here come up for sale, you don't even see them in the newspaper. People buy them up, gobble them up. We don't even get a chance to see, But then we get a newsletter, not a newsletter, we get what do you call that? A postcard or a letter. And every realtor that sends me one, I'm like, if I told you once before, I'm not selling. And they're still sending checks or letters or calls, and everybody out here is getting tired of it. But like I said, my only concern is, will these houses be built to code? There's even one on whatever. That's my question for you. That's it.
Thank you, Marion. Next.
Betty M. Green.
My name is Betty Green. I live at 1212 Infirmary Road. I've been there over 50 years. And I had an incident Sunday morning. I got up, I was taking some trash out, and I saw all this glass in my driveway, broken up glass. My driveway on the side of the street, as I would probably pull out of my driveway. And just so happened it was a nice officer came down the street. I was sweeping it up because I was on my way to church, and he helped me. He's not here, I don't think, tonight, but I appreciate what he did. But, I'm almost 85 years old, and I've been over here 50 years in this township. Me and my husband worked our behinds off in this township, and I don't deserve this. And I'm not going to live in fear. But I do have cameras all around my house, and I think if somebody would come and pull it, they could see who did this, because I just don't know how to operate the cameras. But I'm not going to live in fear. Like I said, I've been here over 50 years, and I'm too old to be moving.
That's it for public comments. Next, we'll go back to resolutions. We've taken care of the first one. Second one is Resolution 24-156. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees approves documenting acceptance of the county auditor's certification. I'd like to make a motion to adopt 24-156.
I second.
Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Young,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee McLaughlin.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. So next, Resolution 24-157. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees approve a pay increase for the part-time fire department employees.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Resolution 24-157.
I'll second that. Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, so next is Resolution 24-158. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees adopts the Jefferson Township Personnel Policy Manual additions.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Resolution 24-158.
I second.
Questions, comments?
None.
Roll call vote, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young.
Yes.
Okay, so next, Resolution 24-159. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees approves the elected official salaries.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept Resolution 24-159.
A second.
Trustee Back. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Questions or comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee McLaughlin,
Abstain?
trustee Young.
Yes.
Okay, so next, Resolution 24-160. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby renew the Jefferson Township Property Casualty Insurance Policy for 24-25 with the Ohio Township Association Risk Management Authority in an amount of $80,000 $577.74.
I'd like-
Make,
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Resolution 24-160.
I'll second that. Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Young,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee McLaughlin.
Yes. Okay, next, Resolution 24-161. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees will request or waive a hearing before the Montgomery County Budget Commission for the 24-25 tax budget for inside mileage. And I guess I want to say it again. Resolution 24-161, the Jefferson Township Board of Trustees will waive a hearing before the Montgomery County Budget Commission for 24-25 tax budget and inside mileage.
I make a motion to accept Resolution 24-161.
I second.
Questions, comments?
None.
Yeah, wait. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young.
Yes.
Okay, so next, Resolution 24-162. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees approves contracting with Cloud Permit for licensing services not to exceed $5,716 per year. Okay. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees approves contracting with Maintain X for licensing services not to exceed $5,716 per year.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Resolution 24-162.
I second.
Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young,
Yes.
trustee McLaughlin.
Yes. So does Cloud Permit need to be changed on here, Cassandra? Does that need to be changed on here? Yes. And then we initial it? Okay.
So what is it, the NTE?
Maintain X. Okay, so next, Resolution 24-163. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees approves to proceed to place a levy on the ballot.
I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution 24-163.
I second.
Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
No.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Should we put one or the other on the next one to differentiate the two?
Okay,
Yeah, okay.
so next, Resolution 24-164. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees approves to proceed to place a levy on the ballot.
I'd like to make a motion to accept Resolution 24-164.
I second.
Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Young,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee McLaughlin.
No. So next, Resolution 24-165. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees do hereby establish the Jefferson Township Public Safety Board.
I'd like to make a motion to accept resolution 24-165.
I second.
Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young.
Yes.
Okay, so last but not least, Resolution 24-166. The Jefferson Township Board of Trustees authorizes the Township Administrator to end the agreement with Montgomery County Commissioners for the use of the Calumet Center and return to the admin/fire department, fire building.
I'd like to make a resolution to accept Resolution 24-166.
I second.
Questions, comments? Roll call vote, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
No.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, so next are departmental reports. I don't see the sheriff here.
There are no department reports today. That's the
huh?
next, there's no department reports today, so just on you guys.
No department for anybody's?
No, for now.
Not the
Yeah, we did it at
second
the first
that's
meeting.
the
It's a
first
misprint, so.
Okay, 'cause I saw it on here, the reason I said it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Trustees reports, trustee McLaughlin has no comment. Trustee Back, you're next.
I attended several meetings, an NAJT meeting, a meeting with the, our, economic development, office or, coordinator and Olive Hill Apartments. Attended the, NLI graduation, the Jefferson Township Day meeting, and I had a conversation with a couple of residents, and about mediation services. We kind of were able to work the issue out, for now. And then reported, any concerns to the road, to the appropriate, departments.
Trustee Young, you're next.
Not much, just listen to complaints from different residents about residents utilizing their yard space as parking lots, an excessive amount of trash and things like that. I had to, due to that, I had to meet with the zoning officer to get a better understanding of where we are on that. We're working diligently, but it's a lot going on, so it's gonna take a while to get to that. Also, Linda Rowley, I see she's not here, but could you tell your wife, thank you? My two little dogs got out of the cage, and they headed to the county fair, so she maintained them until I was able to retrieve them. Her and a group of ladies of the fair committee, so tell her thank you, please. That's all I got.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
Roll call for adjournment, please.
Trustee McLaughlin,
Yes.
trustee Back,
Yes.
trustee Young.
Yes.
We were adjourned at 8:04.